So here's a situation. There's a young boy sat around a campfire that it's made or trying to make on a hot sunny day, and he's trying to get the campfire lit. And he's been given a large magnifying glass. You know, he's gathered all the wood, the twigs, the leaves, everything's there prepared, ready to go, and he's got his magnifying glass and he's trying to get the campfire to light. But here's the thing. He's holding the magnifying glass, but he's becoming a bit impatient because he's held it there now for a good 30 seconds and nothing's happened, and he's becoming impatient. A minute comes and he's now getting really impatient, so he starts to wave the magnifying glass around thinking that, look, come on, you know, catch light, and he's waving the magnifying glass and nothing's happening. In fact, where it got a little smolder, now he's waving the magnifying glass, he's getting nothing at all. Anyway, one of the scout leaders is looking on at this situation and sees what's going on and comes over and says, okay, calm down. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to catch the campfire alight so you can cook your lunch. Here's what we need to do. Rather than waving the magnifying glass everywhere, let's just hold it steady, be patient, and let's harness fully the power of the sun so that we can use it to light the campfire. Anyway, reluctantly, the little boy shrugs and says, okay, and he holds the magnifying nice and steady, and yeah, hey presto, a few minutes later, the smouldering goes from a bit of smouldering to a bit of flickering to eventually a nice full-blown fire, and he's able to cook his lunch. So what's that got to do with weight loss? Well, here's the thing with weight loss. We're looking to do something very similar with our minds. We're looking to harness the power of what we actually know. And you know already a lot about weight loss, because it's my guess you'd have already tried umpteen different diets, umpteen different ways of exercising, possibly read one or two self-help books. So you've got a real repository of information in your head that's available for you to use to be able to achieve the look and feel that you want for your body. But here's the problem. For most people, their minds, like the little boy waving that magnifying glass, the equivalent for you is your mind is dancing around everywhere. You know, should I be counting calories? Or should I be doing the ketogenic diet? Should I be doing fasting? Should I be walking? Should I be running? Should I be swimming? Should I be cycling? Should I be reading this self-help book? Should I meditate? Shouldn't I meditate? Your mind's just dancing around like a kite in a storm everywhere. And what we need to do is just calm the situation down, focus the mind on a specific point, hold it there long enough, be consistent in that, and eventually, just like the little boy, you'll start to see some smouldering, some flickering, the flames. You will start to see your weight coming down progressively, consistently, week by week by week. So the question is, how do you hold your mind more stable? How do you get your mind to fixate in a way that's going to enable you to get the results you want? Well, a starting point, and this is just a starting point, and I can go into a lot more detail on other videos about this, but the starting point for me is having a meaningful, personal, and very desirable goal that you want to achieve. When you have that, your mind will start to calm down, and as your mind calms down, and as you start to see yourself being more consistent in what you're doing, and you start to see the weight coming down, and you start to gather more belief in the fact you're going to achieve this goal that you've set yourself, that's how you calm your mind. That's how you start to harness the power of your mind and become more successful, instead of dancing around everywhere, your mind flitting from this diet to that diet, from that exercise to this exercise, from that self-help book to that self-help book. You basically calm yourself down and you fixate on one specific goal that you want to achieve. That's how you're going to harness the power of your mind. That's how you're going to become successful. Now, granted, there are some additional elements that need to be brought into play to support that, but fundamentally, that's how you go about harnessing the power of your mind. So what I'd like to do this week is maybe think about the goal you have for yourself. Do you have a goal for yourself? Have you written it down? Is it visual? When you think about it, does it excite you? Because if it doesn't do any of those things, you need to go back to the drawing board and come up with something that has all those elements attached to it. And when you have that, fantastic. You're now on the path to becoming successful. Yes, you might need some more additional support, but you've got the key fundamental element. Just like the little boy with the magnifying glass, he had all the tools, But what he wasn't doing was really fixating and holding it steady, because he just didn't know how to do that. Well, I've just shared with you what I believe is a fundamental piece of becoming successful when it comes to weight loss, is having a goal that you can fixate on. Hopefully you found that of use. If you do have any questions or comments at all, feel free to reach out to me and ask them. But until the next training video like this one, take very good care and bye for now.